When the world went silent, I heard the truth louder than it had ever spoken before. There were no clapping hands to affirm me, no voices to cheer me on, no familiar sounds to tell me I was doing well. There was only stillness, only quiet. I still have a dream. Only the weight my own thoughts pressing on my chest, like the night sky pressing down on the mountains. And in that stillness I came face to face with myself. I saw every weakness, every fear, every scar that I had tried to hide under the noise of busyness and distraction. It is a frightening thing when the world goes silent, because silence has a way of stripping you bare. It takes away the comfort of outside opinions and leaves you with the unfiltered truth of who you are. I stood in that silence, and at first it felt like the end. I thought the quiet meant I had been forgotten, abandoned, discarded. I thought my voice no longer mattered. My fight no longer counted. But there's something sacred about silence when you stop fighting against it. In the absence of noise, I still have a dream. I began to hear a different kind of voice, one that did not come from the world around me, but from deep within me. It was not loud, yet it was unshakable. It told me I was still here for a reason. It told me I was not done yet. It told me that silence was not a grave, but a womb holding the seeds of my becoming. In the quiet, I learned patience. I learned that not every battle is won with noise, that not every victory is announced with trumpets. Sometimes the most powerful work is done in the unseen hours, when no one is clapping, when no one is watching. In the stillness, I built strength that could not be taken from me. I rebuilt my courage brick by brick until my heart became a fortress. When the world went silent, I also learned to listen, not just to myself. I still have a dream, but to the cries of others that the noise had drowned out before. I could hear the breaking hearts. I still have a dream, the trembling prayers, the quiet dreams, the people whispered in the dark. I could feel the pain of those who thought no one saw them. I still have a dream. I could understand their loneliness because I had walked through my own. There is a strange power in walking through silence and not letting it crush you. It changes the way you carry yourself. It teaches you to stand without applause, to walk without recognition, to fight without the promise of reward. It teaches you to value the voice inside you more than the voices around you. And when the silence began to fade, when the world's noise slowly returned, I realized something extraordinary. I was no longer the same. The noise did not sway me like once did. I still have a dream. The opinions of others no longer carried the weight they used to. I still have a dream. I had found an anchor in the stillness, and no amount of chaos could unmoor me. When the world went silent, it was not the end of my story. It was the moment my story was being rewritten in invisible ink. I still have a dream, waiting to be revealed in the right light. The quiet that I thought would destroy me became the ground where my resilience grew roots so deep no storm could pull them out. I walked out of that silence carrying a power that could not be bought, a peace that could not be shaken, and a purpose that no noise could distract me from. You mastered the art of rising without a sound. I still have a dream. You did not need to announce your pain to the world. I still have a dream. Nor did you beg for an audience to witness your struggle. You walked through valleys so deep that the light seemed like a memory. Yet you kept moving, one quiet step at a time. While others measured victory by applause, you understood that real triumph is forged in the unseen, in the hours when no one is looking. I still have a dream. In the moments when only you and your resolve remain. You knew that noise could be a distraction, that the loudest voices are often the emptiest. So you chose the path of steady, quiet strength. Today, the world saw the surface, but only you knew the storms you sailed through beneath. You rose in silence because your fight was not for recognition. It was for transformation. You carried your scars like hidden medals, reminders of battles fought in the dark, where you learned patience, discipline, and the unshakable rhythm of persistence. Still have a dream. There were nights when your heart was heavy with the weight of unanswered prayers. Days when hope felt like a stranger you could not find. Yet you pressed on, not because the path was easy, but because stopping was never an option. Each setback became a teacher, each wound a doorway to deeper understanding. You grew stronger in the shadows, building foundations so deep that no storm could shake you. You didn't need to tell anyone you were rising. Your presence began to speak for itself. Your eyes carried the quiet confidence of someone who had seen the worst and still chose to move forward. You walked into rooms with the calm assurance of a soul that has faced fire and come out refined. You mastered the art of rising without a sound because you understood that true power doesn't need to shout. It simply is. It simply is. Every step you took was deliberate. I still have a dream laid in the fortress of who you were becoming. You let your actions carry the message your words didn't need to. While others wasted energy proving themselves to the world. You conserved yours for building, creating, becoming. You learned that silence is not weakness. It is strategy. It is focus. It is the sacred ground where greatness is born. You rose without a trumpet's call, without the validation of the crowd. You rose because your spirit demanded it, and in that quiet ascent, you became something unstoppable. Isolation became the birthplace of your greatness. When the noise faded and the crowd disappeared, you were left with nothing but your own thoughts, your own fears, and your own unshakable will to rise. It was in that silence, in that space, where the world could no longer reach you. Tomorrow I still have a dream that you began to hear the voice that had always been within you. I still have a dream, a voice that told you that you were made for more, that you were not finished yet, that your story had only just begun. You learned that solitude was not punishment. It was preparation. Every moment alone became a mirror reflecting back the truths you had been too busy to see. The doubts that once felt like chains began to break one by one as you discovered that your worth was never dependent on the approval of others. The loneliness and fear became the soil where your deepest roots took hold, anchoring you in strength that no storm could uproot. In isolation, I still have a dream. You built a sanctuary within yourself. You learned how to breathe in the stillness. I still have a dream. How to listen to the quiet wisdom that had been drowned out by the chaos of the crowd. You discovered that the world's absence gave you the space to meet yourself fully, to face the pain you had been avoiding, to embrace the dreams you had been neglecting, and to confront the parts of you that needed to be refined. The hours were long, but they were not empty. They were filled with the slow, deliberate work of transformation. Dream. You read the pages of your own soul like a book you had never opened before. I still have a dream. You sifted through the ashes of old failures and found sparks of new beginnings. The silence became a forge, shaping you into someone sharper, stronger, more certain of who you are and where you are going. In the absence of applause, you learned how to clap for yourself. In the absence of validation, you found the courage to validate your own journey. In the absence of the crowd, I still have a dream. You realized you'd been running a race that was never about them. It was always about becoming the person you were meant to be. Isolation stripped away the distractions, the comparisons, the endless noise that had clouded your vision. I still have a dream, and left you with a clarity that could never be shaken. You came to understand that greatness is not born in the spotlight. It is born in the shadows, in the quiet hours, when the world is asleep and you are awake with your thoughts, working, growing. I still have a dreaming. It is born in the moments when no one is watching, when no one is cheering, when it's just you and the choice to keep going. Isolation became your teacher, your guide, and your proving ground. I still have a dream. It revealed to you that you did not need the world to see you in order to rise. You only needed to see yourself